Stream Elements said the Busy Builder is now live. Streaming miniatures.
Hello! How is everyone? Alright, we're gonna do some light mudding and some other stuff to the Schwimmwagen, and then we're gonna get back to painting these guys. And I say light because we're just basically using what's in here just to cause some flingy stuff. And then we're going to use the effects in, the wash range to kind of just do the speckling and spattering. And the two combined should give it an okay look. I don't want it stupid muddy. Could it be? Yeah. Does it need to be? Nah. Just enough to add a visible texture in there, especially when we start putting the washes on. Because I did make the road a little wet and muddy looking for comparison. Hey, model student, how you doing? But yeah, it's been a fucking week, let me tell you. Last Monday after the stream, my printer died. And later that week, we lost Arnie. We were expecting Arnie, to be fair, because, he was 19, but it still hurts. The printer can be replaced. The cat cannot, unfortunately. how have you been? I'm keeping an ear open. My neighbor's upstairs. He's helping out with my son's fuel pump, getting it replaced. And we think we know why it's been acting up. I'll show you a picture of what we found when we dropped the tank. It was wrapped in electrical tape, but it was very badly wrapped. It wasn't... no heat shrink, no nothing. But that's what we found. Yeah, so no wonder his fuel tank or his fuel pump was failing when it would get warm. But yeah, after last week, I just needed to take a full day yesterday. I woke up late. My head felt like it was just full of rocks and mud and clouds. Just because I finally slept a full night and... yeah. Whoop. Alrighty. And in the meantime, my father was at the IPMS Nationals, and he managed to find me the Dragon reissue of the Italeri 1/9 scale BMW R75 with the rider. And there's also a new Machine and Krieger kit, new to me Machine and Krieger kit, on the way. It just left Hiroshima this morning. I remember with these kinds of things, you always see people using them directly and leaving them. They are yet another layer. They're not the end-all be-all. When you put this stuff on, it actually looks pretty fake and benefits greatly from some After Effects being added to it. That's why I'm applying it thin and I'm not caking the parts in it. It looks like it, but it's really thinned out. And we can work around with it even after it's set. There's things you can do to mitigate it if you think it's on too thick. Just try and get a little inside the rims. Stay. Stop rolling them. You know what? Screw it. I can add more after. Because the main thing about this stuff is it may have the texture, it doesn't have the variance in color. That's oiled earth. I need European mud. Where did you go? There you are.
Maybeck, you asked, looks like you are coming along on the Schwimmwagen. Will you be entering it in a contest or magazine?
No, it's mainly just going to be for myself. I don't go seeking that kind of attention with this. On here is fine enough. If I put it on like Instagram or something and it inspires somebody, that's good too. Because to be quite honest, the model scene is a little crowded with people who... what's the word I want to say? Clout chase? With the model building? Set enough. Let me get my larger brush out. Do the lower hull in a layer of this. If there are people out there who think my stuff is worthy of being in magazines, I appreciate the thought. But it's just not something I really aim for. That's not to say I haven't been published. But like I said, it's not my ultimate aim with this. In that regard, anyway. How's everybody been? Hope you all had a good weekend. That'll begin to blend it in there. And let's be honest, most magazines wouldn't be interested in interviewing me anyway, because I don't peddle for the popular brands. I can probably glue the wheels on now since I've got the mud applied. Anything else I can do around them, I can work around it. Hi, Marbles. I know, you miss your buddy. Okay. Ooh, there you are. There will be more going on in here. Just working my way up to it. This is the right side, so this is the correct side for it. Make sure you're parallel. Not cambered in too much. Okay.
At Femodel Student 20 said
No worries.
Had a delivery arrive.
Yep, we have, like I was saying before, we have the Italy / Dragon issue of the 1/9 scale BMW on the way. We got a new Machine and Krieger kit to us on the way. And the Tacom T95. You know, the tank that the Army somehow lost in the backside of one of their bases for about 30 years.
At Femodel Student 20 said, oh, cool.
This is a right side wheel. My dad was at the Nationals. He asked if there was anything I was looking for.
At Femodel Student 20 said I meant way cool.
I sent him a couple suggestions. The only one he could find was the bike, which is surprising. Because I was also looking for the Revell EC135 kits in 32nd scale. And the Tamiya M577, which is the M113 command post, which was so overproduced back in the day they couldn't give them away. But now you go looking for one and people are wanting 150 to 200 bucks for one. It's like, it ain't that sought after, guys.
At Femodel Student 20 asks that big BMW kit will be sweet. How was
Yeah,
the
he had a good time. I think he had originally planned on all 3 days, but he is 80. He drove there himself, which, to be fair and to be honest, that scared the fuck out of me. But I think it caught up with him. He'd seen everything he wanted to see, and he'd perused all the kits well enough that he found what he wanted. He found a couple things for me and my brother, and that was good enough for him. He made it home safe. I'd built that BMW kit once before, but that was 27 years ago. And as far as I'm aware, the Dragon edition with the rider has not been reissued since. I'm thinking Dragon tooled up the rider to go on it as a vinyl figure from what I remember. But it's not been reissued since then. Yeah, that'll be a fun build. From what I remember, it wasn't a difficult kit either, so... And if we run out of space to work on this in terms of where we can go, you know, waiting on shit to dry, we can start beating this bastard up. Do some spritzing and spattering. But yeah, this has been a fun kit so far. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm probably making more of it than I should be. But it kind of invites you to want to do that. Sorry, I'm not working in camera. Just adding some mucky spatters to the body. On top of the initial layer I put on kind of like a filter. And these will compound, so like you saw I put the filter on here earlier of it just to kind of tint the body. That'll be my neighbor, probably done with the fuel pump. I'll be right back, so give me a moment please.
At Themo Dusted in 20 said WOE Capshag Symphatic LOL.
I'm done.
Alright, we're back. The car starts, so if this stalling issue persists, then we got bigger issues than we thought. We replaced the filter, the pump, the regulator. I can't think of anything else. Neither can he. And somebody had been in there before. Like I said, with the wiring job we found, that's probably the most likely culprit. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Maybecky said the joys of owning a car.
The joys of owning a modern car. Troubleshooting that on my 50-year-old car would actually be quite easy. But troubleshooting it on a modern, i.e. OBD2 car, where everything's fuel injected and sensor controlled and everything else, fuck it. You can kind of see the added noise that that's giving to the body. Come on, camera, don't screw with me today. There we go. And what I like is this stuff goes on so light, you can do a couple passes to get it where you want it. It's not like some of the stuff where you put it on and you have to hope for the best and then worry about removing it after if it goes too thick.
At Themodel Student 20 said yeah, good focus for you today.
There we go.
Maybecky said it doesn't look pasty.
Which is what I was going for, because I put it on thin, so as it dries, it sucks down a lot better, and all you see is more of the grit that's left in it, that's been stained by the colorants, than the actual paste. I see a lot of videos lately that, honestly, to me, are counterproductive. I hate to say it, Adam Wilder's one of the more egregious of them, because he's like, oh, mix this up, slather it all over your suspension, and scrub most of it off. Or practice patience and restraint and work in layers. Give it time. Allow it to build up so you can gauge and monitor how it's going better, instead of overdoing it from the gate and having to figure out how the hell you're going to fix it. And right now, just because we know how this thing would enter the water, there'd be stuff all over the place, so it's going to be dirty, it's going to be speckly, it's going to be everything, you know? And that's fine. But as far as a new printer, probably won't have one of those until November unless a miracle happens. Because I need at least $400 to get an equivalent to the Saturn II. They don't make anymore. And the Saturn IV has a smaller bed than the II. The 3 has an equivalent bed. Or I can upgrade to the Jupiter, which would be about $700. And I'd want to wait till Black Friday to see if there's any specials going on for that. Let's get the next tone out. And even though this is called Desert Dust, you get this kind of dusty, sandy look anywhere you are, especially from bodies of water and rain and things like that, because of the silt that collects in the rain, which is why it rains. Marmar. Hi, buddy. Up. Up. Come on. Marbles feels very lost because Arnie's being gone. Come on, buddy. Up. Come on. Sure, cat. I know you can do it. You did it yesterday. You were my purr pillow for about 3 hours. So as well as the European dust, I go back over just with a little bit of desert dust, just to add the suggestion of that finer layer of sediments and other things, and just general dust and debris and dirt that collects. Hey, kitty. Hey, buddy. I know. Up. Marbles up. Come on. Purr pillow. Nah, he's just gonna meow at me. And you're probably thinking, oh, how would that show up so well against a dark yellow vehicle? It does. The camera may not pick it up well, but it does begin to give that variety. So when I'm done with this, I'll probably put up another poll. I'll only pick 3 models this time, what I feel like working on, to give you guys a better choice. I think having all of them up there last time was a bit too much. I did go buy some paint for the A-Team van, though, so I can at least start on that in the meantime if I feel like it. What really ticked me off about the printer going out, though, is I had just finished a 14-hour print for a new figure. And I was going to print the waist and torso pieces. I got the legs, and it died mid-print and refused to turn back on. So I'm like, well, great. Let's see if I can get Marble Boy up here doing some cat. Yeah, come here, buddy. Let's do some chair cat, huh? Oh, come here. I know you miss Arnie. I know. Meow. Yeah. You want to do chair cat? Come here. Come on. There you go. Nope, he just wants to get down. All right. Because it looked like a lot of people from the last poll wanted to see this, then the M113, and then surprisingly enough, I think it was the Japanese anti-aircraft gun that was kind of taking the lead. Let me take a look. So if you want, I can go based off the old numbers, or just put new polls up. Yeah, Schwimmwagen, M113, and then actually the A-Team van. Done with that one. I need oiled earth now. Oh. And a really thin brush. There it is. Come here. Autofocus. Autofocus is being autofocused today. Starting to look appropriately streaky now? We are. How about that? If I get the camera any lower, unfortunately, it'll be right in my way. I'm surprised I haven't hit it as much as I normally do. Giving the little folded roof in the back a bit more volume. Come on, there we go. Gunmetal real quick. Get you out of the way. Where are you? There we are. That is not a good brush to use for this. We'll go back over the shovel with the same stuff that we did the suspension and the hull with, just to blend it in once it dries. Let's work on the figures a little bit. The heck? Yeah, we don't need depression right now, so we're not going to listen to ghosts. There we go. So I went over the uniforms on the driver and passenger with a dark gray wash. And now we're going to bring the uniform color back up to the front. Pretty sloppy way of doing it, but I'm honestly feeling very sloppy lately, to be honest. So I haven't painted the faces or the hands yet, because we're doing the quick and dirty stuff first.
Athena20 said, I am having surprisingly good results using the 8K markers weathering on bare Bandai plastic. You can smudge and stipple it with your finger. The markers and black panel liner so far looks cool.
You just got to be careful if they're terpenoid based or even enamel based, because that is what is causing the Bandai plastic to crack. If it's an ABS blend, it does not like enamel. Oh, go drink a bag of milk. Oh, wait. The past few days have definitely just been a work on them slowly kind of day, though.
Athena20 said their acrylic enamels or thinners destroy the joints and frame parts very short.
Yeah, I had one of those Gasaraki kits do that to me. Painted it, sealed it, gave it a wash, the foot just disintegrated, just like I watched it split and crumble. Going a little heavier on the upper areas now.
Athena20 said my bench time dwindles a bit in the summer, it's too nice out.
Mine increases a little bit in the summer because it's 110 degrees out, so. There we go. And then it goes down again in the winter when it's, you know, negative 17 out. Somebody actually thought I lived in Canada because I was describing one of the winter days we were having. I'm like, where do you live, Canada? I'm like, no, Utah. We're 5,000 feet above sea level here.
Athemodel Student 20 said my ADST was almost as bad, one hit disintegrated.
Mm-hmm. I almost picked up the 32nd scale TIE Fighter yesterday at Michael's. They didn't have a price tag on the shelf, so I was keeping my fingers crossed it would be reasonable. Not $105 reasonable.
Athemodel Student 20 said we've had beauty days the last week. Some rain, but nice temps overall.
I'd kill for some rain right now. To me, rain is tank driving weather. When it rains, that's when I take the RC tanks outside. Natural weathering, both on the tracks and the hull. The only way to realistically replicate that, like we were talking about, the deposited sediment. The rain around here, it rains dirt. Because most of the storms come from the south or the west this time of year, and it blows in all the dust and salt from the West Desert.
Athemodel Student 20 said I found a 135th RX-78 Gundam. It's awesome. I thought I was over FOMO, but I need it.
You need it or you'll explode. One kit I would love to get my hands on is the 35th scale 5-star stories lead Mirage. It's a resin kit. Show you.
Athemodel Student 20 said they are brake hazards from the too many long skinny appendages, grinning face with sweat emoji. They are gorgeous mesh, so very ornate. The Busy Builder said
Yeah, I have 1, 2.
at the Busy Builder 47
4 built and another 2 underway. I've got the Volks kit with the flame unit, the version 3.
Athemodel Student 20 said I like the idea of a 135th Gundam stomping on a tank and crushing a helicopter face with tears of joy emoji.
Nah, that's honest. A 35th scale Gundam is a rare beast in and of itself, I would treat it better than that. I'd just have it built really well to a high standard and on display. But that's me. You do what you like with it. So on the printer, you guys think I should get another Saturn or upgrade to the Jupiter series so I can do even larger stuff? Oh, and I do have a secret project coming. I can give you a hint. I've got the first part of it. A coworker's printing it out for me because it's going to be closer to studio scale, but not exactly. So it is based on a movie model. So let me get the first part of it, and that'll be the only hint until I start working on it. So one moment. I got to take a move around break anyway, so give me a moment. Alright, so here's the hint. The only other clue I'll give you is not Star Wars. And this is FDM printed. Yeah, I don't think we'll have this finished today, but I at least want to have the drivers in the car and the car on the base. And I know a bunch of you guys out there are looking at that piece I just showed and going, that looks damn familiar. But I can also almost guarantee that nobody will be able to guess it. Allie, what are you doing?
At the model student 20 said eyes emoji.
But the finished model will be huge. Like I said, almost studio scale. I think just a shy under the actual size. So next stream day after today will be next Sunday, and then after that, Friday.
At Themodel Student 20 asks Alien Settlement Track.
How in the hell did you guess that? Or is it because I've been talking about it? Either I talk about it too much, or you spend too much time on this channel. Or did you Google reverse image search the part? If you did, that's cheating.
At Themodel Student 20 said I'm a true fan.
Not as much of a fan as I am, since I'm actually building one.
At Themodel Student 20 said you mentioned it a while ago, lol.
Yeah, but I didn't mention that I'd got it, or how I was having it done. Or did I? I forget. Catch me in my hypocrisy, fine. Allie's being weird again.
At Themodel Student 20 said no fan of yours rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
But yeah, I know the back portion of it was finished on Saturday. Just the guy doing the printing hadn't taken it off yet. I work with him. And he's, as you can tell, he's got his FDM printer dialed the hell in. I don't know what I'm going to do about the backseater's shirt. It's all opened up. I gotta find some examples of what the typical undergarment would be for that. I've got the files for the tracked one too. I'm half tempted to contact Golden Armor and see if they're going to do an update set for it, where it also has the arms that come off the front of it that you actually see in the film. The version they're selling, you only see in the director's cut right low in front of the camera during one split-second shot. Which has kind of like a little, like, dump bucket on the front of it with some, like, some kind of blowers on the side of the rear of the hull. You know, just rule of cool details, but they're still there. But the one, when you see it in the movie, like in the theatrical version, it's also down by the bar where the colony truck is. And it's got these robot arms sticking off the front of it. That's the version I want to make. And yeah, it is a cool vehicle. And I'm still kind of recovering from last week, too. It took fucking a lot out of me. The hardest part was the days of being on death watch, hoping he didn't pass away while I was at work. Ooh, getting to shakes. Might have to go have some lunch. Good lord. Did not expect that. Thought I was good for a little while. Yeah, we might have to have a lunch break and come back for a continuation. Now this is starting to get the volume I like. The fun part's going to be the tiny rank insignia decals for all these guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a lunch break. I was not expecting that crash to hit me like that. And then attempt to be on in a couple hours. Probably by 5. Unless I pass out and take a nap. I don't know. But yeah, hungrier than I thought. But that's a good sign. I still got my appetite after last week. So, sorry to stop so short. I'll try and be back on in about 2.5, 3 hours. If not, I'll see you next Sunday.